Okay, it worked.
Did it work?
It did work.
We're on.
We are on.
You want to scoot a tiny bit closer to me? Just lean over. There you go. Hi, everybody. I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, and I have to make sure this all worked. We're using a different setup tonight because reasons. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. We do these live streams to help us be accountable. So thank you so much for joining us on our keto journey.
That's right. So, what's the flavor of the week?
What is the flavor of the week? Is it chocolate mint?
It's chocolate mint.
I love chocolate mint.
So for those of you who don't know, it is 10% off the regular price.
Yeah.
Instead of being the normal 70, it is 63. Okay. And our guest just showed up. You ready for this?
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, well, there's half of us. Here we go.
What's going on?
Hey, we were just doing our intro. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing awesome. Thanks for having us tonight.
Yeah.
We need
Thanks
to add
for joining us.
No, I think you're doing
I think you're
fine.
okay. Yeah.
We have a light.
How's Eleanor?
Eleanor is awesome. The Keys is awesome, but it's been very windy today.
She is rolling along.
Rolling along, singing a song side by side. Yeah, but the color is just weird. Anyway.
It's fine.
I think you should turn it off. Turn it off.
Picky pants.
Picky pants indeed. You get there much better. Your camera's picking it up just fine. So the keys are good, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we got a bunch of people on. So for those of you who don't know, these are the two crazy ketos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody knows who you guys are, right?
We're big fans.
You're also the two crazy campers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
We
have our second channel. It's Two Crazy Campers. It's all about like RVing. So we do campsite reviews. We do like product reviews and also like installation. Like we have a bunch of installation videos coming out.
Well,
vlogs.
Thanks to keto and Keto Chow, we have increased mobility. So once we stop being in that vicious cycle of lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, and just like being able to maintain our health and weight loss, we're like, okay, now what do we do? Let's go have some adventures and live this life that now we have because of keto.
And we're doing things that we never could have done when we were 100 pounds heavier. Like yesterday, we were paddle boarding and came across manatees. And for 30 minutes, literally were like with a manatee underneath our paddleboard. Rachel was down and like petting him, just like literally he just like stayed with us the whole time. Like totally. And we would have never been able to do that. Just paddleboarding, especially with my ankle. We're never could have done that without losing 100 pounds apiece.
We missed a lot of things, especially as young parents. And I'm really hoping that we can help spread the word about keto so that families can start, concentrating on their health and getting healthier now so that they can have their adventures earlier in life. I mean, we're really thankful to start it in our, 40s and 50s, but man, some of the families that we've met, they're still in their 20s and 30s. And because of Keto Chow, they've discovered the keto lifestyle. And that's really exciting.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, let me know if you need us to turn off the air conditioner. We put them wireless mics on to hopefully take it out.
I can't hear it.
We can't hear it.
It sounds fine.
So it's fine.
I got my headphones
Oh, thank goodness, because it's 110 degrees here.
Okay. Now, I have to know, did you sing the Barbara Manatee song?
Oh, when you saw your manatee today?
Yeah. Right. I should have. I should have
should
sung
have.
that to him.
I don't even know that song.
I was
It's the Veggietale.
Manatee,
Yeah.
You are the one for me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I did sing my hairbrush song this morning because I couldn't find my Contigo coffee mug. So I was like, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? That's like the song I sing when I lose something.
Okay. So I guess we should get this out of the way. So about a year ago, we were talking to you. Was it at I think it was when we went
It
to
was
visit
when we
you
were in
guys.
It was when you
Florida.
came to visit us for your birthday /
That's right.
Father's Day. So just
Yes.
about a year, because it was June.
Yeah, we were talking to you, and I actually think it was keto bars had released the flavor, the strawberry flavor
by Keto
that they
Yeah.
did
Connect.
with Keto Connect.
Mhm.
And I was like, people keep on asking us about coffee. I think that coffee just smells terrible.
Right.
I think it smells like burnt toast or
So
burnt
does
popcorn.
Rachel.
Okay.
Do I think? Do you think I smell like burnt?
No, you think that
Chris also is offended by my smell. No.
Yeah, that's right. I think she smells like. But so there's so many people who just love their coffee.
Mhm.
I thought, we should do a coffee flavor. But I'm like, who should we get to do
I'm
it?
pretty sure it was my idea.
Okay, Miriam, who should we get to do it? And so we enlisted your guys' help because we wanted to make a flavor of Keto Chow that was. Whoops. Hold on a second. There we go. That was coffee flavored.
Right.
And if you go on our website right now, there's this new flavor called caramel macchiato.
Oh, that's an individual bag.
It's available both in
both
a
sizes.
little tiny bag and a bulk bag.
Oh, wow.
So now we've been doing this whole thing with limited edition.
Right.
But we decided to go a different route with this one because, so
it's so good.
Let's go back to the story. So we were talking with you, and we're like, "Hey, we want you guys to make a limited edition." Let's see.
Right.
There we go. No, here we go. Oh my gosh.
Welcome
I'm having
back.
problems. There we go. Welcome back. We wanted to make a coffee flavor, not a limited edition.
Right.
So we talked to you guys. We figured out how to get you all the stuff to have you start playing around with it, and it took a couple months, right?
Yeah.
It was interesting because when it came, you had sent us some instant coffee too, and you said, "Hey, play with this," and it was all over everything, and it was the stickiest thing I've ever done.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy.
But we didn't want coffee in it.
Yeah.
Not to start with. Yeah, we thought we would like it to be something that even Chris could enjoy. If they're, you know what I mean? Like, so, because if you do have coffee or if you just add caffeine, because that's a separate thing that you could be able to add, to this drink, because you associate coffee with the caffeine effects. And I thought, well, it would be sad if somebody was not able to enjoy it because it either had actual coffee in it or it had caffeine, and, maybe they would be enjoying it in the evening. And I know my mom has a cutoff time. Like, I'll offer her coffee at my house, and her first question is, what time is it? Because that does make a difference to her as far as, when it's okay to drink a coffee.
I think we got ahead of them, though.
Yeah, sorry about that.
They're excited.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want to tell us a bit more about how you came up with the flavor and everything like that?
Well, I can tell you, I remember when you sent me, before the flavors came and the base, you sent me these little utensils, and I felt like the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Right? Like, I was a mad scientist with this little, with these little scoop and a little tiny scale. Like, I felt like I was dealing drugs or something. Like, why am I, because you're not going to need a lot. And it's funny because when people sit here and say to us, like, oh my gosh, sucralose, or oh my gosh, this. Yeah. When you look at the amount of flavoring that is in this, like, in the grand scheme of a scoop,
tiny.
It is like, you can't even measure it. And because I didn't understand that until we started doing this. But Rachel and I sat around for a long time, like, okay, we want a coffee house flavor, but we want it to remind you of coffee. But we really didn't want to have coffee in it because some people don't drink coffee and some people don't like caffeine. So we wanted to bring you that, but not bring the actual coffee. And we started looking at Starbucks. Pre-keto, we were Starbucks fiends, but we never drank the coffee at Starbucks.
It was
we drank the drinks. The frappuccinos and the macchiato, like these frozen concoctions that were costing us like $7 to $10, and each one was like 900 calories.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to find and make a Keto Chow flavor that reminded us of that. Like the thing that draws people into Starbucks that aren't coffee drinkers. Because Starbucks has somehow gotten non-coffee drinkers to go to them. And that's what we were looking for.
It's the fun drinks like that, which again, from a cost perspective, it's between $7 and $10 usually for like a venti or their large. I don't know why they don't just call it large. I don't know why we have to call it venti, but it's like
because it's how they do it, right?
It sounds like it's worth the price tag, I guess.
Right.
So it's like it's kind of funny because we're always trying to substantiate, like, yes, Keto Chow is a certain price, but you have to break it down for what it is. Like, you're getting a meal and all of your minerals and, a third of your electrolytes and minerals for the day. Like, it's working so hard, and yet, like, I feel like it sometimes gets scrutinized from the price, but like, we don't even think about spending $7 or $10 on a drink from Starbucks that does nothing for you at all.
I used to complain, and still do, about spending $3 on a tube of toothpaste, but I had no problem spending $8 on a Starbucks drink. So figure that one. Like, how long does a tube of toothpaste last? You know? So that was our whole goal, was get the drink that everybody was going to Starbucks for. And oh my God, how many Keto Chow only weeks did we have trying to come up with flavors?
A lot of them, but it was, don't get me wrong, it was delicious until you would hit a wrong flavor. Like when you think in your mind what combinations go good together, it really is like the peanut butter and jelly thing that Joe's always joking Miss Miriam about, because you think flavors will go together, and you put things together and you think, like, were we pregnant when we were trying to mix that together? Because that, like, this tuna fish and, peanut butter flavor that we've come up with are not good.
We tried some things where we were like, this is going to be dead on. This is going to be the hit. And then we were like, that's disgusting.
That is awful.
I mean, and no matter how much or how little of the flavoring we used, and it really gave us, it really opened up and it really gave us a good respect for you in developing all of your flavors, like, to come up with these different, because it took us 4 months to come up with this flavor, like, of every day, like, okay, this much this much that, and then after we thought we nailed it down, it was okay, well, we drink it with butter, but some people are going to drink it with heavy cream, and some people are going to drink it with avocado oil, and those all change the flavor. So now we have to make sure that it's going to taste just as good no matter what the fat source was. And so that took another month.
Some people were saying they were having problems adding it to their cart. I just put a fix in place, by the way. Let me see.
Well, I don't think you actually said. I keep seeing people saying, does this mean it's available? So.
Yes, it's available now, by the way. It is available, yes. So let's see. Did it work? It did.
Yay.
So if I go to my cart, it is working now. You can add the big bags. It was always adding the single meal. I'm not sure what the deal was. So I fixed it. So, yay. Okay. And a couple of people were like, isn't there coffee in the mocha? Yeah, there is. And I don't like the mocha.
Well,
honestly, we didn't like the mocha either.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
So I like we always kind of lean towards the chocolate when we're wanting that. Because like mocha is kind of like a chocolate coffee.
Right.
But we've
had the same bag of mocha for a year. We use it occasionally for ice cream. Like, you know what? Let's have something different.
Yeah.
But it's not as chocolatey as chocolate or even chocolate peanut butter.
Good.
And it's not as coffee to get the coffee person. So for us, it like didn't hit either one. So we're like, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not like one that we would repurchase over and over again.
Well, and here's the thing. We totally understand that it's not going to be everybody's, cup of tea or cup of coffee. And, but we did want to have something that a coffee drinker could enjoy, because we've talked about this before on our channel, but since we began keto, we have been doing the bulletproof coffee or the keto coffee. And we've just seen it completely evolve over, in the keto space. And it really was basically like coffee, and then you would add a little bit of fat, like butter, to it. And then it became, I need my coffee to do a little something for me. So you would have you'd have coffee, and then you'd add MCT oil to it, because that would give you like a burst. And then we started flavoring the MCT oil. And I mean, it just continued to go down this slope too of like a lot of heavy whipping cream and a lot of sweeteners.
500 calorie coffees that we didn't consider a meal.
Right. And so it became very evident that people really wanted to have a keto coffee as a breakfast option for them, or, you know, something that they could have in the morning. I know my mom is like all about, you know, a keto coffee in the morning. But I thought, this isn't really doing anything for you except for waking you up, which is great. But we would love to help you, you know, get your protein in and get your minerals in and get those electrolytes in. And wouldn't it be great if we actually had a coffee flavor that actually was a bulletproof coffee, like it got you started for the day. Yeah. And, you know, Keto Chow just makes that possible.
Yeah.
Well, because it's awesome.
And you don't even have to add fat if you don't want to.
No.
Well, you need to add a little fat if you want the vitamins, correct?
Yeah, somebody was saying, hey, you know, if you add, I think it's 3 eggs, you'll get the 10 grams.
Yeah.
That's the minimum to get all the vitamins. But yeah, you don't have to add a lot of fat.
I saw somebody in the chat said, so let me get this straight. This is a coffee drink that doesn't contain coffee. Yes, that was the goal.
Correct. Now, that's right.
And again, you have somebody like Chris who doesn't like coffee and likes the taste of this. And I remember when he called us, he was like, wow, like, are you sure there's no coffee in this? Because this is like really good. And like, I don't want to like drink it if it's got coffee.
So you sent, I think it was 1 bag that was flavored in it. And I opened it up. I'm like, whoa, wow, that's interesting. It smelled like, to me, I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't like coffee, but the kind of toasted flavor.
Yeah.
To me, it was caramel popcorn. Like toasty caramel popcorn with like a really thick coating of caramel on it. And I was like, that smells good. And I mixed some up, and we had a bunch of the people around the office taste some, and everyone was just blown away. They were floored. And I was like, Joe, I need you to send me some more. You sent me some more. And I never told you this. You sent my little portable hard drive back with it.
Yes.
One of the bags burst open.
Oh man!
So there were 3 in there, and one of them was coating my hard drive.
I
was able to get it all cleaned off. It was fine, but
that's just how it goes.
So everybody, we tested it out, and our reaction was, this is going to be huge. The caramel macchiato flavor that you guys made. You know, Linda says it doesn't taste like caramel popcorn to me. Okay. But to me, I again, not a coffee drinker. Everyone around the office was just freaking out. They were floored. And I was like, so instead of doing this as a limited edition, why don't we just go ahead and order the big bags?
This is a no-brainer.
And the samples.
Yeah.
Let's just do it all. And everyone was like, okay.
Yeah, for all the limited editions, we're just kind of testing the waters to see if anybody likes it. And then if they like it, then we can choose to carry it. But this was like, I don't think one person didn't like it. Like in the whole office.
Everybody liked it.
And that's saying something.
So
right?
We're really just so thankful to you guys for just giving us the opportunity to do this. And I really hope that...
No, I want the opportunity to do peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, no, not that opportunity. No. But I hope, too, that it'll be a blessing. I mean, our heart is really for it to help out, you know, people who are going through times where they can't eat food. You know, maybe we've talked to a lot of people where Keto Chow has gotten them through pregnancy and dental surgeries. It's been really beneficial for friends of ours who've been caring for loved ones who have Alzheimer's or dementia issues. And that is very near and dear to my heart, as my grandmother passed away from complications from Alzheimer's. And it was very challenging for my grandfather to find things for her to eat as she was in a later stage, because she almost regressed into like a childlike behavior where, you know, she would just fold her arms and be like, I'm not eating this thing that you're putting in front of me. And he was like, I'm not, you know, I'm arguing with my wife at this point, you know?
Yeah.
So one of the things that she never had any problems consuming was coffee, you know, because she just always loved it. And I think about her and some of our seniors who, you know, a lot of times they different, especially here in South Florida, assisted living facilities they're everywhere. And a lot of those places are having the patients use Boost or, you know, some of the other, you know, Ensure drinks that are, you know, nutritional drinks that are marketed to seniors, but we know that they're not doing what they should be doing. And I'm excited that maybe this will be another way for, you know, Keto Chow to reach into that senior community.
Yeah. Well, even Dr. Barry, who doesn't like to promote shakes, says if you're trying to get a senior to get good nutrition, try some Keto Chow. Now, what about people in Canada? Should they have access to this as well?
Yes. So we just barely saw Switch Grocery. Neha just posted. Oh, there we go. They have it. They have the big bag.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you're in Canada, you can order it. It's live on their website right now.
There you go.
Awesome.
Now, okay, let's go. What something you were saying, Rachel? I want to go back to. Do you know how much sugar a venti caramel macchiato at Starbucks has?
I
don't even want to know.
I'm afraid.
It's 44 grams of sugar.
And
not carbohydrates, sugar.
And we down those, like, that is something, because here's the thing. I mean, the ladies out there who are coffee drinkers like me, it is a whole, like, sisterhood experience. You know, you go shopping, but before you go shopping, you grab that coffee with your girlfriends. Like, you go out for coffee and you go shopping, and it just makes it a fun experience. I know it was something that my mom and I would always do when we were Christmas shopping. You'd stop and like treat yourself to one of these coffee drinks, and you'd, you know, go out shopping. And so I really hope that you know, this is a way that we can bring that back, but in a much like more nutritional way, where not only can you enjoy the flavor of it and your time together with your friends, but you know, you're actually forwarding your health goals with this.
Right. I remember even like when I was starting to watch my weight, and then but not yet full keto, and I was still getting Starbucks drinks, but I was trying to make it healthy with like non-fat milk and the sugar-free vanilla, and figuring, okay, the only thing bad I'm going to put in there is whipped cream. And then when we went to keto, and I looked, and still like even that with the non-fat milk and the sugar-free syrups, it still was like 20 somewhat carbs per drink.
Oh yeah, per drink.
Oh man.
Because, you know, the non-fat milk, I mean, Dr. Barry talks about it all the time, like skim milk is 10 times worse for you than whole milk. Well, that's what I grew up drinking, was skim milk.
Yeah,
you know?
Me too.
Then you know, add in like the whipped creams and all that other stuff. And I remember they had come out with this one drink that like, it was like a rainbow drink. It was like a unicorn drink, and you had to get it. And yeah, I remember there were so many memes about that. It was like 50 something grams of sugar in that. And that's what people...
Then again, it was a non-coffee drink. Like, I think their most popular drink that they've ever had is the pumpkin spice latte that comes out, you know, around like the fall time. And it's only very recently that they've added actual pumpkin to it.
Oh, because it was pumpkin spice flavored. Yeah.
It was a pumpkin spice flavor, and now they've added a very residual amount of pumpkin spice so that they can say now with actual pumpkin in it, you know, because you thought all along it had pumpkin in it, but it didn't. It's the flavor.
Amber pointed out.
Somebody said it's 44 grams if you don't get the extra caramel drizzle on it.
And you're going to get the extra.
And I remember Anthony would go in and go like, I want 5 extra pumps of that stuff.
Yeah.
And we also had learned back then, they had this star program where every time you bought something, you would get a star. And when you accumulated so many stars, you got a free drink. Your free drink was unlimited. So like you would go in like, I want 8 shots of espresso, and I want like 10 extra, like, and you walked out of there with like a $35 drink for free.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't even imagine the amount of sugar that I was putting in those. So that's why when we look at what we were able to create with this caramel macchiato. You're getting all of that delicious flavor, but you're also getting the benefits of the vitamins and the nutrients and electrolytes with Keto Chow.
Yeah, which is something that we're actually really proud of. For instance, the correct folate and the correct vitamin D3. We actually had somebody comment on the ingredients of Keto Chow earlier this week about, oh, those are all these chemically sounding names.
Yes,
I'm like, cholecalciferol. It's vitamin D3, man.
Yeah.
I can tell you, last year when we were at Keto Summit Omaha, and I was talking to Danny Vega, and he was looking at the ingredients, and he noticed, I want to say it was the vitamin B that you're using, or maybe it was the vitamin D, and he was like,
methylated folate.
Yes. And he was like, nobody uses this. He's like, this is the best thing you can have. Nobody uses this, especially like in a protein shake.
Yeah. But Keto Chow goes that extra mile every single time. You see it in your customer service. You see it in your daily live streams. You see it in your generosity to others. I mean, it just comes through. Like, you don't cut corners when it comes to what's important.
Now, I do want to say, because we do occasionally get the comment of, I've seen your original video and you guys weren't always on board with Keto Chow. What happened?
We did not understand it.
So I want to make
gotten
it clear.
A lot better at
people watching.
Messaging. Yes.
When that video came out, you didn't know about butter. You were still in the middle of your 100-day fast. So you had told us heavy cream or avocado oil. And I'm like, avocado oil, too expensive for me. And heavy cream, too many carbs. And so we were like, it's good, but I can't see drinking it 3 meals a day. And at the time, your literature kind of insinuating that you did it 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
So when we got to meet you a few months later, you're like, I've discovered butter. And I'm like, well, this changes everything.
Butter.
Well, it changed everything because now it's low in carb and cheap.
Well, and we have always left up that video because I think it's important for people to see that we can acknowledge when we are dead wrong about something because we were dead wrong.
Yeah. Because I think it's great for 1 meal, but I could not do it on a regular basis for 3 meals.
Well, and one thing that you also brought up was the total carb count.
Right.
Yep.
Which is because of the acacia gum fiber, which is interesting because so many companies play the fiber game.
Yeah.
So you have to be vigilant for that. And I've actually considered dropping some of the acacia gum to bring down the total carb count. But I just really like what it does. I also like the fact that it actually ends up turning into short chain fats when it gets into your digestive system. So yes, the total carb count is higher than some people would like, but we're not playing the fiber game and all of that.
No.
Now, one thing did you guys by chance see Wendy and Harry's review?
They're on here.
Caramel macchiato.
I thought it was funny because
they're the best.
Chocolate peanut butter is my favorite flavor, or really was my favorite flavor.
And chocolate toffee was
chocolate
mine.
toffee was Rachel's, and that happens to be like where they fall too.
Yes.
That was awesome. That we waited until we could dethrone our favorites in our
That
own,
was important to us.
in our own taste buds. So when we see that other people had that same experience, we felt really great about that. We appreciate them.
I made Miriam watch that video last night.
It was awesome.
It was so
You guys
good.
need to go check it out. Loving it on
Especially
keto.
when Harry is sitting there eating her, like drinking her juice.
He keeps on stealing hers.
Harry's the best. He's my favorite.
Harry's the best.
Cute couple.
Oh man. So so we've got the caramel macchiato. It's available in large bags and it's available in the individuals. I ordered what I thought was quite a bit of the large bags.
Oh, yes. We'll see how long it lasts.
After seeing the response, I actually placed another order already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
So, because I remember talking to you when we first placed the order, I told you how many I ordered, and you're like, "Whoa, that's a lot." I doubled that original order for the follow-up.
Wow.
So, just because I think it's going to go. People asked if the caramel macchiato is in the leaderboard.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It hasn't existed yet.
Because it came out after the most recent publication of the leaderboard. Did you guys see that by chance?
Yeah, well, the one you talked about the other day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so let's see if I go like that.
Is chocolate?
Somebody wanted
Peanut
to know,
butter?
I saw in there about the pistachio. Does anybody like the pistachio? I am a huge pistachio pudding person. Like, that was like a go-to for me. And the pistachio Keto Chow is phenomenal.
Yes.
It really makes a good shake. And it makes a great ice cream. If you used to like pistachio ice cream, it makes a great
I love it.
ice cream.
We
Well, and
made
I'm
pistachio ice
excited
cream on Sunday.
about like what recipes will come out of caramel macchiato because we've just been playing with it already, and like we just have been using it a lot for Joe's pancake recipe.
We've had one bag, so it's been kind of like I've been hiding. I hide it from Rachel because she's like, "Where's the?" I'm like, "I don't know."
And it's a really interesting flavor, and it's neat to have some of those like.
It makes the pancakes that we just came out with. It makes tremendous pancakes.
It's really tasty with those.
Well, someone
just
asked if the caramel macchiato is going to be a permanent flavor. The plan right now is for it to be a permanent flavor.
Until we get peanut butter and jelly.
And black licorice. We're also
black licorice camping fear factor.
No, we're having a good conversation.
Oh, that's
here.
right.
That's right.
Switch Grocery said that they miss all of us and they want us to come and visit it.
Oh, I want to go there.
Yeah. Well, Switch, you guys need to organize a conference, and we'll help you pay for the Keto Chow booth.
Yeah.
So, with the caramel macchiato launched, what are you guys planning on doing now? More crazy keto stuff, right?
Definitely more crazy keto stuff.
Well, we have a lot of I mean, I was looking at our schedule. Like, I'm so excited that conferences are coming back.
I'm excited about it's this weekend.
So you have the Keto Salt Lake conference this weekend.
Yes.
And we're excited about that and the fact that like it's online and it's free and you don't have to worry about any kind of glitches the way Chris and I have when we do live streams and you have to worry about stuff.
So brilliant. That is the smartest thing ever.
I guess who came up with that idea, by the way?
That's the best idea.
Of course, Miriam did, because Miriam's like the boss.
Well, there's so much. Okay, I just have to say, like,
Miriam's like brilliant.
Well, and she gets me. Like, I get her. Like, when you crazies just like go off in your own like down a rabbit hole because there's like a technology issue, and Miriam or I have to like tap dance while you jokers are like off, like gone, because they're gone, right? I mean, just like if they're distracted,
don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me.
Oh my gosh, and it's so hard. So the thought, like, I can totally see her thought process of being like, how do we minimize that? Like, how do we keep like Chris like here, or what would happen
with a live stream? There's no way to minimize it. You just don't know.
So taping it ahead of time is just so brilliant, and then being able to chat with that person. Because isn't that what you would want? You would have all these questions, but then like somebody like Ashner Cindy, who I'm so excited to get to hear her speak this year. But you would want to get to talk to her and ask her follow-up questions, but she's, up at the podium, inaccessible. And this way you can chat with her. She is accessible.
I'm excited about that. So then after that, our plan is to head out to Utah in the middle of July to see you guys and go see people out there.
So excited.
And then August is, I don't know what you guys are doing. I mean, it's a busy month for keto conferences. People have lots of opportunities to get to a conference all over the country.
So here we are on lowcarbevents.com.
Yep.
So
we're going to go to Keto Summit to Omaha.
Yeah, so here it is, August. August is nuts. So you got August 19th through 20th is Omaha.
And that's school starting that week too.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You've got Keto Palooza in San Diego, which is like the day after.
Bronson Dance is going to that one.
Yeah, he's going to speak at that one.
Speaking,
Yep. You've got Low Carb San Diego, which is the following week, and it's concurrent with the Health and Wellness Summit that's in Orlando. And then you got time off, and then we've got Keto Palooza.
Yep, and we will be at that too. We're driving to that one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna drive to that one.
Yeah, now we're not taking the RV. We're gonna take Rachel's car. I think we figured it out. It's like a 14-hour drive, and her car gets like 30-something miles to a gallon.
Hopefully,
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not your car, but it's better than 8 miles in the truck.
So as things start to open up like this, our advice would be get to something that's local to you. And I mean, start this weekend. You definitely want to be there for Keto Salt Lake. Start making some friends and be able to like just enjoy the keto community, because that is what is so great and unique about this life that we live. There's so many people that are cheering for you, and I think there's so many friendship opportunities to be made, and it's just an incredible support system that's like no other I've ever met.
Blue Dove says we need to develop more flavors because we have good taste.
No, your track record isn't very good.
Him.
Well,
the funny part was doing it and the two of us back and forth, and I'm like, you're like a quarter of a gram more. She's like, no, and I'm like, and going back and forth because you had to satisfy both of us, and then we had to satisfy you guys, and then all of the employees, and we're like, getting it just right was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be easy.
You guys have developed so many flavors. Do you guys have like a pact in your marriage now that's like, okay, you got to have final say so on the last one, so I get to have final say so on this? When it gets really close, when you're like, I'm so close, I think this is it. You know, somebody's always kind of has a little slightly different.
I feel like
opinion.
Miriam has the final say.
Sometimes
she does.
Sometimes I let him have what he wants.
Yep. Yeah, there are a few flavors that I've just flat out said,
this is a
I'm
flavor.
doing this. I'm making this.
Okay, s'mores have the house.
Was s'mores one of them?
S'mores was one of them.
Was one of them.
Somebody doesn't like s'mores. Somebody really liked chocolate toffee and said, this flavor is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the chocolate toffee person? I love you so much, Miss Miriam. I love you so much. Like, oh my gosh, can you like and I think everybody has favorite flavors, you know, like I mean, people have been talking about lemon. If you didn't have lemon, I mean, just think for a second, like for everybody who has enjoyed lemon so much that it's like, if you could go back to like, it's not possible anymore, you'd be like, oh no, like.
Well, I'll tell you. So we were driving today and it was really windy today. So we couldn't go out on the water. So we said, we're in Key Largo, which is the northern of the Keys. And so we said, let's take a ride down to the original Bass Pro Shops, one of the biggest ones, like where Isla Morada Fish Company started. And we went down to that Bass Pro Shops, and we have a lady who is just an awesome woman at church. She's actually the pastor's personal secretary, and she loves key lime pie. And so I said, Rachel's like, let's get her a key lime pie, like from the Keys.
Yeah.
And I said, wouldn't it be cool if they have a keto one, of which of course they're not going to.
But
I said, you know what? I don't have to because I got key lime back of the camper. And I mean, some of the new flavors are phenomenal. But I remember like when you challenged us to 7 days of Keto Chow, what is it, 2 years ago now? Mm-hmm. And you can only pick 4 flavors.
No,
and
we had 18 flavors.
We had a lot of flavors.
Yeah. You had a lot of flavors, but only let me pick. You told me I had to pick 4.
Oh, did I?
And so Rachel got to pick 2, and I picked 2. And one of mine was chicken soup. And I remember her looking at me like, why are you picking that?
Savory. But but so many, I mean, I can't even imagine Christmas now without the Keto Chow drop biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
those are so good.
They're so good. I can't imagine like cooking anymore without the tomato basil. We make there's so much food that we eat that's got Keto Chow in it. And that's another thing that's like so awesome about Keto Chow. It's so versatile that there are so many different recipes that you can, make with them.
Right.
Yep.
Love it.
By the way, we do get a lot of grief from people who say key lime is not green.
Well, add some food coloring.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
Add food coloring.
No, it has food coloring in it.
Yeah.
But they're like, if it was real key lime, it wouldn't be green. It's like,
if it was real key lime, it would be an ugly color.
I remember I said that to you about something. You said something about when we do this, don't forget, like, it's not going to be the same color.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And you're like, well, because a lot of times we're going to add a little bit of food coloring. And I'm like, why? I mean, but I didn't think about it. We eat with our eyes, right? And so you associate, like, I know that it's funny because you had sent me a package of the key lime like a week or two early. And then we were doing a video and I grabbed a package of I was looking for pistachio and almost showed the key lime.
And then I almost killed him.
Because it was like a week before, you had announced it.
But it's like green.
And I was like, oh my gosh. But we do think with our eyes. And if you just had the key lime as yellow and you had the lemon, you wouldn't really associate. You'd think they're both similar.
Yeah, you need that coloring. It's like the pistachio, or like chocolate mint. Chocolate mint. We do not talk about that delicious flavor.
Why is
enough.
It green?
But you need it to be because Shamrock Shake.
Yeah, it's Shamrock Shake. Well, it's so funny. So we've actually done test batches. I think we even had it where one of them was colored and one of them wasn't, or one of them was colored with one color and one of them was colored with like a different shade of whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody liked the one they
looked more
they
like
thought it tasted better.
Like.
I'm like, no, they taste exactly the same. No, this one tastes better. It's like, oh.
They are the same except the color.
Well, I mean, we used to do that with candy. Like so many like I remember cereal. Like you would buy the kids cereals. They all taste the same. No matter what color it is, they're all the same. But you swore that the red was cherry and the yellow was lemon, right? You really thought it was, but they're all the same flavor.
Yeah.
But that color does something to your brain.
And it doesn't upset me because it adds to the experience.
Yeah.
And there's still like, beautiful things that you can make with Keto Chow. And I love that when we're using like the taco base, when you're done, it looks like taco meat, right? It's got like kind of a reddish hue to it, like I would expect it to have. So
I had seen the other day somebody made a comment that they noticed the Redmond thing. And they said, "Is this the first flavor?" This is not the first flavor that you're using Redmond with.
No,
we've been using Redmond for a while.
Lemon was the very first one, and it does add a little bit of grit.
Yeah, it does.
I personally don't like the grit from the Redmond,
but I won't yield.
But as long as I don't shake up one before I get down to the bottom, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it is pretty interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, Keto Salt Lake. There were a couple people who were having questions about that. And I just wanted to really quickly
go over the speakers.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything. There's no like registration. There's no fee. There's no signing up. You literally go to ketosaltlake.com. Here's the actual video. Like when it goes live, I'll just click on this. When it goes live on, I'm on a network that has restricted mode turned on, so I can't show that.
Video's available.
Anyway, you got the child lock.
Yep, I got the child lock on there. But it will just go live. Everyone will be able to watch along the same time. And this right here is the exact time each one is going to start in the Eastern time zone. And you can click the little plus calendar down in the bottom.
If you have Google Calendar.
And it'll add it to your Google Calendar so that you can have it actually on your calendar.
That's awesome.
Or you can import the calendar. But yeah, it's completely free. We have way more content than we probably should have in a single sitting.
Yeah.
It ends up being like...
Is there a lunch break?
10 hours. No, there's no break. It goes that the only breaks are like there's a minute or so in between each one.
So I suggest, everybody just plug in and fold a bunch of laundry. I mean, you could get a lot done that day.
You can hit pause if you wanted to, but
that's good.
But then it's not staying up to date with what people are saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I actually have it scheduled so it'll end at I think 6:23 p.m. on Saturday Eastern time zone. and it's 8:23 p.m.
Something.
Eastern. At 8:30 Eastern time zone, all the presentations will be up as individual files on the website, on YouTube for people to watch. So
that's awesome.
If you don't want to sit down and spend 9.5, 10 hours or whatever, you can just watch the individual one.
Let's just
Why
do
not?
it.
I'm getting a catheter installed. How about you?
Gross.
You definitely want to make a bunch of keto chow.
And you yell at me about the urine bottle.
Well,
She's moving on. She's moving on.
She's already trust me. But make some keto chow ahead of time so that you can just like grab and keep going because you don't want to miss what's going on in the chat. And I highly recommend, and I failed to do this at one of the conventions that we went to, and I was very upset. I needed to like remember this. Get yourself a cute notebook and some good pens because you'll want to take notes. Otherwise, some of the speakers, it's like there's so much good information that like there's only so much that you can retain in the moment. So like just to be able to put a few bullet points back, also to write down that speaker's name so that if you really enjoy what they have to say, chances are there's more content available from them, on their website or on YouTube. So you want to really be able to write down all their names and just a couple of bullet points, that they're sharing because they're such a wealth of information.
Yeah. And somebody asked, will you be able to watch these afterwards? You'll be able to go back and rewatch them immediately.
Are you going to put them on ketosaltlake.com and
yes. So the playlist will
channel?
Be on ketosaltlake.com.
Okay.
Which actually is lowcarbevents.com at a certain page.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, people will be able to watch the individual talks and the entire, like the whole premiere with the comments that were coming. You can go back and rewatch that as well if you want.
So then if somebody else asked a question and you just happened to see it and didn't get to see the answer or were wondering about what the speaker said, in the moment.
Yeah.
You could find
But it's been difficult these last 2 weeks because I sat down and recorded the presentations with the speakers. And so there's all this really good content that I've been sitting on.
He wants to talk about it.
And I want to talk about it.
That's amazing. I don't know how you're holding back because and I'm sure like with this lineup, there's quite a few mic drop opportunities where they're just it's so good that you're like, oh my gosh, I want everybody to start like hearing this and doing this right now.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, it's funny because like we didn't even tell family members that we were developing the caramel macchiato.
Oh, like no. Rachel's mom. Has she even tried it yet?
Rachel's mom is the only person who knew, but we wouldn't let her taste it. But we didn't tell people because like we were so afraid that like we were going to tell the wrong person, or that it would accidentally come out, and so we're like, we just it was so hard because like especially like when you had told us like, okay, we're going to put it in that May box.
Oh my gosh, the May box.
That was also my idea.
Excited. Oh my god.
But you told us like a month before.
Oh yeah.
Like we were allowed to tell anybody that like, hey, you want the May box. I'm like, I just want to promote the May box now.
Yeah, like right now.
By the way, Mike says
that was like the hardest thing I've ever kept secret.
It is.
Mike says key lime is almost the same color as pistachio. No, it
is the same color as pistachio.
And it is the same color as chocolate mint.
They're all the same color.
It's just chocolate mint has a cocoa powder.
Well, chocolate mint. I like chocolate mint, but chocolate mint does have a bit of a.
It's got a brown to it.
Color. Yeah,
it's got a brown to it. It's because of the cocoa powder.
Especially the longer it sits, the browner it seems to get.
I use that as a distraction technique to hopefully like make other people not go drink that, so I can drink it all.
That's right.
Ronnie said, Joe, you guys didn't tell the boys. The boys did not know what we were doing.
Yeah,
they knew that we were doing something with Keto Chow, but we didn't tell them like about the flavor or anything.
That's funny. Caramel macchiato, incidentally.
Christmas presents from Rachel, but I somehow kept this. It was the hardest thing I've ever done.
The boys just thought that we were like drug dealing. They just thought that maybe we were starting a meth lab or something.
Yeah,
because
it's totally them. Yeah,
it's fine.
Caramel macchiato is actually the same color as root beer, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Why you gotta do that to me?
Okay, so May Chow Club box. we were sitting there planning out what we were going to put in the April and put in the May and all that other stuff. And Miriam's like, we should put the big bag of caramel macchiato.
Because we found out we were going to get it in time.
Because we were going to get it in time. I'm like, nah, we can't do that.
Like, yeah, we should. Come on, it's the best.
And I just laughed. I laughed for probably
a couple days,
2 minutes straight, and then just laughed and laughed and laughed because it was just so out there. It's
just so unexpected.
Well, you had called us and said, like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, what if they don't like it?
Yeah. So when we saw that people like it, we saw some of the the unboxings that people were doing, and we were
crying.
We were crying.
We were driving home from New York,
bawling.
So for everybody who sent those videos, like unboxing them, I mean, we were crying watching.
You absolutely made
like
our
Shauna.
Oh my gosh,
Rhonda.
I bawled when she was like, "I'm speechless."
Rhonda's was like, "Oh my god,
Rhonda, like, I love you so much, girl." Like, I just all of the unboxings that we saw, it just blessed our heart so much.
Yeah, honestly, though, when you called us and said you were thinking about putting it in the May box, I was like, "This has got to be a Chris idea," like, because this is harebrained and
no,
Chris
ideas.
And when he goes, "This is Miriam's idea," I was like, "What?" Like, Miriam's the responsible one.
This is reckless.
Well, I actually kind of dug my heels in.
I'm more reckless in the relationship than him.
I was like, no, we can't. We couldn't do that because I'm like, wait, if people don't like it, like, other people are going to love it so much, like, they would buy it from them.
Well, oh man, like, if anybody was disappointed by Maybox, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sure that, like, but that's, it's kind of fun too, because it's the element of surprise,
right?
We've always,
that's why you get the box.
We've subscribed to all kinds of, like, we do Keto Crate, we've done the Keto Box, and we've done Loot Crate, just like on that, like, nothing to do with.
Remember that thing?
And we had so much fun with that because every month you would get like a toy or you'd get a T-shirt, and you didn't know what was coming. And everybody kind of has their own favorite swag, like. Sometimes the boys really liked getting a T-shirt. Some of the boys really liked getting a toy or a statue. That's where Anthony
discovered pop figures.
That's where he started his pop figure collection.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So it's just like, you kind of start to just like think about like, what are you excited about?
Right.
When it comes to those boxes. But there's always like this beautiful anticipation. And if you're one of those, people who like grab bags at stuff, like, and I always have. And I think as I get older, it becomes even more important to me because there's so much in my life that is not unexpected, right? Like,
yeah, because you're buying Christmas presents for everyone, including yourself. I bought myself Mother's Day presents yesterday because I was unsatisfied.
She bought her anniversary present.
I bought my anniversary present.
I came home from my game because I had games on our anniversary, and we knew we were going away the next day for our anniversary. And she goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I went to Walmart and I bought my anniversary present."
I bought the new Twilight book. It's called Midnight Sun.
Oh,
it's basically like the Twilight story from the perspective
of Edward's perspective. I totally read that. Yeah.
I listened to it on audiobook.
It's really good so far. I just finished. I'm in chapter 2 now, but it's good for Twilight lovers out there like me. But yeah, so I enjoy like the surprise element of it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so we are going to be seeing you guys in Utah. Other people are going to be able to see you guys. So you're going to low carb.
We're going to Omaha. Right, we're going to go to Omaha.
You're going to Keto
Palooza with Autumn, which I know that there's no more tickets left for that.
But there are, like,
we're excited about that.
You can see, like, I think there are still virtual tickets available.
Yeah, there's virtual tickets, and they've said that if the venue opens up more places,
then they'll open up more tickets.
Then the virtual ticket holders will get first dibs to buy those.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And then after that, we were going to do like a meetup in August up in Orlando area but it turned out that's the same weekend as Omaha. So we're shifting that to that's going to be. We have the actual date where we're going to do the meetup coming, but it's going to be that last week of November.
Yeah.
We've booked 5 days up in the Ocala, Florida area,
So
which
if
is like
anybody-
central kind of Florida.
So if anybody's down this
So
way,
we're going to do a meetup then. And then who knows? I don't know if there's any events that are going to come in October or anything like that. We're excited
There's
about it.
some. Las
There might be
Vegas
some.
is not in October.
Oh, the Las Vegas one is in
October 15th.
October 15th?
Yeah.
There you go.
Viva Las
I
Vegas!
haven't been to Las Vegas in
I
years.
know that.
Yeah, you say you're doing a meetup in November, and I'm like, in the winter time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
you don't live in
Florida.
the winter. Only we live in the winter.
Drew says,
Okay.
does the keto guy remind you of Seth Rogen? I get that all
You
the
do
time.
look like-
You
and
do a little bit look like Seth Rogen.
I don't see it. Maybe I just don't watch enough Seth Rogen movies.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I
I
don't
don't
know.
see it either.
Your
okay.
voice is kind of like that too.
Blue Dove read Midnight Sun when it was first like released, like
When it was leaked,
Underground.
I remember hearing
Oh,
about that.
I read the first chapter. Or something
Stephanie
like
Meyer was ticked. Well, because
I
it got
bet.
leaked, and so she just released it on her website.
Yeah.
I know way too much about Stephanie Meyer. Oh my
Yeah. What the
gosh.
heck?
Here is my man card. Actually, it's my phone.
It's so good and sweet though.
But now, one thing Miriam was bandying about when you guys come to visit Utah, she thinks we should do a barbecue, and
Totally.
people in Utah
somebody
should be able to come by.
love that idea.
I can't scroll backwards on your chat, but
Mhm.
somebody just wrote that. Could you do a meetup when we come out to you guys?
We'd
Yeah.
love that.
We have the building and everything.
We have a giant grill.
We have
and
a
a
very,
giant griddle.
very big grill at the warehouse
We got
that we use.
We got the
When
big
we say-
Sam's Club one.
When we say meetup, it's always an MEAT up,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
MEAT.
Oh yes. Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I'll get you Chris tomorrow because I think we've nailed down the dates of when we're going to come.
Nice.
So it's going to be mid-July. So we were trying to. Rachel is speaking at a children's thing, so it's like a vacation Bible school, right?
Yeah, I'm just.
So we were going
cool.
to do June, and then they asked her to speak for that. So I said, perfect. It forced our hand to make a decision.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes we need that,
Rachel?
right?
Yeah.
Rachel, did you watch that video I sent Joe? With the
I haven't
undercover
watched it yet.
pastor? Oh, my
Oh, it's really
gosh.
funny. Well, now you have to tell everybody else about it. What's his name? What's the guy?
I didn't get a chance to watch
What
it.
is his name? Anyway,
It's a comedian.
yeah, he's
guy,
a comedian,
and
John B. Chris.
Well, it's called Undercover Pastor.
And he goes
It's
to
just a
the
funny
he
video.
goes to the children's ministry, and the lady's like, "Yeah, the pastor doesn't even care about
kids are the
children."
worst.
This is-
It's really funny.
That
It's
is
really
so
funny.
Historically, that's true.
Historically,
Yeah.
that is true. Like, yeah, we joke about. I joke the campus pastor at our church like all of the time. Like, I had to split your boys up again.
Yep.
So
Steve Larrabee.
again, we were so busy, I didn't get a chance. I forgot about it. Thank you for reminding me. So it's John B. Chris. I love him. He's hysterical.
He is.
Yeah, he is funny. Steve points out that he will be cooking meat,
And no
and
stuff.
he knows stuff.
Yeah.
Mike says,
He does
"When's this
know
meetup?" And Heather wants to know. So Phil and I need to go to the Utah for a
I
meetup.
believe you
It's
do.
whenever Joe and Rachel decide to grace us with their presence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Whatever
It's gonna
weekend
be
we're going to have a
mid-July.
big barbecue.
Yeah.
So-
I think we should go to Heather's house because she's getting a whole new kitchen,
I want to see
What?
that kitchen. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Okay. Well, we have kept you guys up. Matreya already went to bed.
Oh yeah, she's.
She said 4 a.m. is coming soon. So
That does come quick.
yeah. Well, thank you both. Thank you
Well,
for
thank you.
joining us. Thank you for doing a coffee flavor because I didn't want to do one. And
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
yeah, it's been a great collaboration. So, hey, you guys have a good night. Okay.
You too. We love you
Right.
guys.